Hello and welcome to the first day of 22 consecutive days where we will be traveling through the gates of the Major Arcana from the Tarot. We're going to be using them as guides to travel the what I like to call the triadic path. The triadic path is a path that takes us from where we are to transformation, and it essentially involves three steps. The first step is vision, where we understand what our vision is, that feeling of excitement when you think of something you want to do, that builds up and you can just see it happening and it feels fantastic. The second step is shadow, and that's when we start to get the nagging beliefs that we can't do it, that we're not good enough, that we're not able to do something. We see all the reasons why we can't do this amazing thing. And very often that's where our dreams stop. And the third step on this pathway is that of actual transformation or sacrifice. Sacrifice of giving up the things that we once allowed to define us, that version of ourselves that we no longer want to conform to, so that we're able to step into this transformed version of us. This is the foundation for any kind of creation that happens, whether it's large or small. So I don't want you to be thinking that you need to work with something that's massive. It can be simply the change of perspective that can lead to a new way of living and seeing the world and life around us. Okay, so the the format of the sessions. So this is 22 days. This is a big journey we're going to go on. So please don't expect everything to happen in the first 5 minutes. We're going to take this slowly but surely. We're going to do this properly. We're going to allow things to integrate. And I think the smaller the steps, the slower they're taken, often the further we get. But the format of the sessions are going to be at the beginning of the session, there'll be a brief introduction to the card itself that we'll be working with, the archetype. Um, and so we won't have this introduction each time. Then we're going to go into a 10-minute session where we fully bring ourselves out of our minds and into our bodies, calming everything down, calming our breath down, calming our heart rate. For those of you who join me on my daily Instagram lives, it's going to be very similar to that 10 minutes. But after that, we're going to do another type of breath work, 5 minutes of something that's a little more activating. And we'll, for each stage of the journey through the Tradic path, we'll do a different one. But I'll go through what that's going to be each time. So we'll do that for 5 minutes, and after that, we're going to have a 5 minute period of silence. This is just to allow ourselves to see things, to hear ourselves from a new perspective. And then we'll have a little song to bring us back, and then that will be the close of the session. So today's breath work we're going to be doing in the activating breath is a form of conscious connected breath work. I call it a wave breath. So it's a breath work that's done through the nose, and it's like a wave because it starts at the bottom of the body and then it rises up to the top, and then on the exhale it comes back down. So um, when we normally breathe, we tend to just breathe into our chest, but the wave breath makes us breathe a lot lower. So we're going to be breathing into our stomach. So our diaphragm is going to be pushing down our stomach. So we start there and we feel the stomach rise. And then as we fill our lungs more, we then feel our ribs rise, then our chest, and then even into our neck. You can do this seated or lying down, but if you're doing it seated, you'll notice that it feels very much like a wave. So I'm just gonna show you now. So I normally start with my head down and then breathe into the stomach, and then the ribs, then the chest, then the neck. And then on the exhale, you don't push the air, you don't force it, you just let it go. The only work you actually do is on the inhale. So you breathe into the stomach, bottom of the ribs, chest, neck, and then exhale. So no forcing the exhale, just allowing it to come away from you naturally. And also no pausing between the inhale and the exhale. This is only 5 minutes breath work that we're going to do. But if it gets overwhelming or it gets too much for you, then as I said in the introduction video, and if you haven't watched that, please pause the recording now, go back, watch that, and read the safety information. You're in charge. So if you get tingling in your fingers that you feels uncomfortable, or you don't like it, slow your breath down, come back to a normal pace. But this is all going to be very gentle anyway. We don't need to be breathing really fast, really deep. Okay, so this is day one of the 22 days, but really it's day zero because we're going to be working with the Fool, the first card of the Major Arcana. And I always used to think when I first started to become aware of the tarot, I always used to think that this was a lesser card. And because it's the Fool, right? Well, it turns out that I was the Fool because there couldn't be a more important card. Some would say because it's a symbol of our journey. Now I'm going to put up a picture of the Fool. So there he or she is. I'll probably end up saying he because that's just my relationship with this card. And there he is in his bright clothing. He looks as if he's not focusing on where he's going, but he looks happy, holding his white rose above his heart. He's got the sun on his back. Oh, can you see the card? Yeah, okay. If you click on my image, then when I go to when I've turned my video off, you should be able to see it. But I'll explain it to you anyway. So he's got the sun shining on his back, um, lighting the path before him. Yet still there he is, about to step off a cliff, and we don't know where that's going to lead him to. We don't know how big that drop is, and nor does he because he's not even looking. But there's a strange confidence, even though it looks such a precarious, dangerous situation that he's in. From our perspective, he feels happy, safe, secure, and present. So I'm going to keep this image up as we go into the breath work. So find yourself in a comfortable position, either lying down or seated. And remember that this isn't me teaching you about the tarot. This isn't where you learn about all the symbolism of the cards. This is about using the Fool as a mirror to see the spark of the Fool that's inside you. So let's start by taking 3 lung stretches, we call them. So through the nose, taking a deep breath in, filling your lungs. And at the top, holding. And then taking a sip more air and hold. And then out through the mouth. Just notice how your body feels after that first one. And let's do a second. Breathing in through the nose, filling the lungs as much as you can comfortably. And at the top, pausing. and taking a sip more air, and then out through the mouth. And notice how you feel now after the second one. And let's do one final deep breath in through the nose, all the way to the top, and pause, and a sip more, and pause, and a sip more, and then out through the mouth. And as you exhale, allowing every part of your body to relax, allowing your mind to let go, and tuning in to how you are in this moment. Become aware of the weight of your body beneath you, against the surface, noticing the feel of your clothing against your skin. Noticing any places in your body you're holding on to tension. Maybe in your face, your neck, your shoulders or back, everything just relaxing now. Relaxing your abdominal muscles, your pelvis and hips, and the muscles of your legs and feet. All relaxing. Bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing how you're breathing in this moment. You don't need to change it. Just notice the sensation of the air as it passes through your nostrils, as it enters your body, traveling through your lungs, and then back again into the atmosphere. Noticing every little muscle that moves as you breathe. I'm now going to invite you to breathe with my count. So we're going to breathe in for the count of 4 and then out for the count of 4. If that's too short or too long for you, then you can adjust it to whatever feels good for you. But let's inhale together in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, and just carry on at this rhythm. Letting go of any thoughts as they creep into your head. Bringing your focus and attention back to your breath. Just notice how comfortable this feels, how relaxed you are, as you also notice the beat of your heart in your chest. And ask yourself, what times in your life have you embodied the Fool? What decisions have you made that have completely altered the course of your life? And at the time, people told you you were mad, but you just knew. Maybe you felt it. Maybe you heard a message. But maybe the knowledge of what you had to do just came to you. What are you being called to now? What journey is calling your name? What adventure is waiting for you to take the first step? And what's holding us back from taking that leap of faith? And there's no judgment here. We're just asking the question and witnessing any answers that may come up. We're not getting lost in thoughts. We're tuning into that inner voice inside us all. That speaks, telling us which way we should go. Noticing if any tension has returned to your body, letting it go. And now we're going to start doing the wave breath. So breathing deeply into your stomach till the stomach rises, then your ribs and your chest, even your head, before letting go. Then into your stomach, your ribs, chest, neck, and letting go. With no pause between the inhale and the exhale. Breathe in whatever pace feels right for you. Just breathe in deeply and as fully as is comfortably possible. Finding your own natural rhythm and pace. Breathing into the very start of our journey together, deep at the base of your lungs. Breathing into your stomach, feeling the movement in your ribs, your chest, stretching your neck to get as much air in as possible before letting go and relaxing. We're halfway through breathing this particular breath. So if you need to have a little bit of a rest, that's okay. But the invitation is to breathe a little bit faster for the next couple of minutes, if it feels right to you. Stomach, ribs, chest, neck, letting go. Letting the wave of breath cover your entire body before it reaches its peak and retreats and subsides. Keeping your awareness on your breath, noticing the difference between each breath. Just as no wave is the same as the previous wave, no breath is the same as the previous one. The next 30 seconds, maybe you want to breathe a little deeper or a little faster. Watching the wave over your stomach, ribs and chest and neck before letting go and coming to stillness, allowing your breathing to return to normal rhythm, but only taking as much air as you need. Noticing how you feel. What journey are you being called to? Where is life itching to take you for you to experience? What version of you is just waiting to be revealed? Can you see that version of you? Can you feel that version of you? Ask yourself what's holding you back. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's a lack of belief or confidence. You don't need to change those. Just notice what's holding you back. But coming back now to that version, that adventure, that journey, that destination. Where do you want to travel to, and what do you look like once you get there? What does it feel like to be that version of you? To see the world through their eyes, to feel the world through their skin. And just notice any thoughts now that come to you. And now it's time to start our journey back to the present. Just reflecting on any thoughts or feelings, ideas, emotions that came to you during that period of silence. Maybe there's something, an action you would like to take today, and maybe there isn't, but just notice. Now you want to start wiggling your fingers, your toes, giving your hands and feet a rotation. Maybe a little stretch. Giving your back and spine some movement. And really just noticing what your body needs from you in this moment. And allowing it. Maybe it's giving yourself a hug. Maybe it's giving your face a gentle massage. When you're ready, opening your eyes, looking around the room. So well done. You step through the first gate of the 22 gates. This isn't a journey for the mild-hearted. So congratulations on taking the first step. The first step is always the hardest. Don't expect too much of yourself. Like I said, we're going to take it nice and steady and slowly as we go through all the archetypes of the major arcana. But for the rest of the day, first of all, make sure you look after yourself, drink some water, um, keep in mind the archetype. I've put a link uh, to some pictures of the archetypes that you can download and put on your phone if you wish to, so that you can always remember today that this morning you started the day with the invitation of the fall and look in to see where it is you want to go. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the magician.